Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a profoundly human moment in global sports, the highly emotional 2026 World Cup exit of Cristiano Ronaldo. This isn't just a recap of a football tournament. We're going to talk about the emotional legacy of a captain and what it actually means to carry the entire weight of a nation.
Let's dive straight in by highlighting a really stark contrast. It is so easy to place cynical assumptions on massive global icons, just assuming they're driven solely by money and fame. But for Ronaldo, those were never the end game. His true singular driving force? His country. From the very beginning, his core motivation was always his homeland.
Section 1. The pure motive. What fueled the legend? When you distill decades of a legendary career down to its absolute core, he played for his country. It was never just about individual glory. It was always about the collective heartbeat of Portugal. Section 2. Weight of a nation. The burden of the jersey. Think about this for a second. Every single time he wore that jersey, he was carrying the dreams of millions. It was a literal emotional roller coaster spanning decades. We're talking years of physical and emotional pain, the immense crushing pressure of expectations, those unforgettable soaring victories, and the heartbreaking defeats. Through the highest highs and lowest lows, his endurance for his homeland absolutely never wavered. Section 3. The final whistle. An unforgettable night. The dream came to an end. A dream held by an entire nation, carried by one man for decades, officially concluded, and the finality of that moment was beautiful but utterly tragic. Picture this. When the final whistle echoed through the stadium, it marked the official end. Amidst the massive, chaotic scale of a World Cup, Ronaldo simply stood in silence, and in that quiet isolation, tears filled the eyes of fans globally. A legend who had inspired generations had finally given every last ounce he had. But here's the thing you have to realize. He didn't leave the field as a loser. He left as a warrior. Giving absolutely everything you have fundamentally changes how a defeat is viewed. Sure, the scoreboard might have indicated a loss, but the narrative of his legacy refuses the title of loser. Section 4. Defining a true legend. Redefining victory. So what actually makes a warrior? A captain? A national hero? Well, it's someone who fights until the very last second for his country. Ultimate success isn't just about winning a tournament. It's about being an unrelenting force for your nation right up until the bitter end. There are two distinct ways a legendary sporting story can ultimately conclude. There's the fairy tale ending with a shining trophy hoisted high, but then there's the reality faced here. Stories that end with tears. And honestly, tears of pure devotion carry a weight equal to, or maybe even greater than, silver and gold. As this story concludes, we're left with this incredibly powerful thought. True legends are remembered not for how they finish. They are remembered for how deeply they loved the badge on their chest. I mean, wow. It perfectly encapsulates a man who gave absolutely everything. It wasn't about the final result on the pitch. It was about decades of unwavering love for the crest. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to chew on. When the dust finally settles on sports history, do we judge legends strictly by the trophies they hold in their hands, or by how deeply and fiercely they loved the badge on their chest? Take a moment to reflect on that, and on the true meaning of a sporting legacy. Thanks for joining me.